point and, without us knowing it. Is Kate the type who would do that? Yes, but she didn't go home with him. No, she wouldn't do that. She was supposed to come back to the hotel with us. We were going to leave early in the morning to go to Key Largo and swim with the dolphins. But you never made it that far. You never made it to Key Largo, and you didn't go swimming with the dolphins. No, she wasn't in her bed the next morning. We think she never came back to the hotel. She stayed longer at Sloppy's than Joan and me. And that was 2 days ago, right? Right. At first, we thought she might have gone somewhere, maybe gone home with this Matt guy, and we waited for her to come back, calling her phone, but she didn't pick up. When she didn't come back last night, we went to the police, to you, and said we couldn't find her. We filed a missing persons report, and the officers on duty said they'd look for her. They also said she was probably out partying still and that she'd show up eventually. That they got a lot of disappearance cases like this, especially around spring break. Usually, they'd show up on their own. We went looking for her everywhere around town. Then you called us this morning and told us to come in at noon. And you have no idea where she could have gone. She hasn't hinted anything or maybe told you something like she wanted to run away or anything like that. I don't know, maybe. What does that mean? She did tell me once in the car on the way here that she wished she could just disappear. But people say stuff like that, right? Some people might, but very few actually do it. Now, did she leave a note, a text, or anything? No, we called Andrew, and he hadn't heard from her either. He is on his way down here now. Okay, Kristen, is there anything you'd like to add to your statement? I don't think so. I'm really worried about her, Okay. All right, Kristen, I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this interview for now. It's 12:50 hours. Statement of Joan Smith. Incident number 2010-14-13-45. Today's date is April 15th, 2010. The current time is 13:04 hours. I am Detective Gary Carson along with Sergeant Steve Bailey at Monroe County Sheriff's Office at 5525 College Road, Key West. We're talking to Joan Smith regarding the disappearance of Kate Taylor, who was last seen on April 13th, 2010. Joan, do you mind repeating your name and spelling it for me, please? Joan Smith, Joansmith. And what do you do, Joan? What's your profession? Me? I don't do anything. I am what you call a professional housewife. My husband is a lawyer in Miami. I take care of the kiddos, is what I do. But between you and me, I'd much rather be working. And can you tell me about the reason that you're here today? Well, you asked me to come in, didn't you? I was hoping it was because you would help me look for Kate. That's what we're trying to do. So, have you looked for her? We have patrols out searching for her. So why are we here? Tell me about why you've come to the Keys. Kate wanted to do something special for her birthday. It's her 35th. So she's beginning to feel a little old, So she wanted to have some fun, to go out for a night with the girls, then drive up to Key Largo and swim with the dolphins. But she didn't want to go with her husband, and I believe she has a child, too. Yes and no. She needed some time off, some time to herself. Us girls need that every now and then, too, Just like the boys need to hang out and belch at the TV or look at women in the bar. Were you coming here to look at men? Heck yeah. Kate needed to see something other than that dull husband of hers. She needed to feel wanted again. And her husband did make her feel wanted? Listen, Andrew is as sweet as the day is long. But he is just as dull, too. She was tired of him and wanted to blow off some steam. Who can blame her? Blow off some steam. Was that the term she used? I guess. Maybe not in those words, but that was the gist of it, yes. She wanted to get away. Get away from what, exactly? I think she was just bummed out about the marriage. She never told me much about it, but I know when a girlfriend is in a bad marriage. So, was it a bad marriage? No more than most marriages, I guess. No more than mine. We all have our issues, don't we? But she wanted out of her marriage, is that it? Yes, she said so several times. She wanted to get